Hey y'all. So last class I asked you to reflect on whether it would be better for your object to bounce or to land dead. So I want to kind of go over that a little bit. So as you see here, I have two situations drawn. One where the phone falls and lands with a thud, lands dead, and one where the phone falls and bounces up with a boing. Okay. Now, in both of these cases, we want to talk about the object falling downward. So I'm going to use miles per hour because that makes the most sense to us logically. But let's just go ahead and say that this phone is falling, and right before it lands, it's going at about 10 miles per hour. Okay, same thing here. Now, when the phone lands dead with a thud, that would be landing with 0 miles per hour. Okay. When the phone bounces, it can't be 0 miles per hour because it's going upward again. So I'm just going to call this 3 miles per hour. Okay. So keeping those two things in mind, that this one is going from 10 miles per hour to 0 miles per hour, and that this one is going from 10 miles per hour to 3 miles per hour, I have a trick question for you. Which has more acceleration? So go ahead and just pause the video for a second and think to yourself, which of these has more acceleration, going from 10 miles per hour to 0 miles per hour, or from 10 miles per hour to 3 miles per hour? Okay, so that was a trick question. I hope you took the time to pause. That was a trick question because it's a little bit more complicated than that. In this case, it's going 10 miles per hour down and then stops at 0 miles per hour. In this case, it's going 10 miles per hour down, and then after the bounce, it's going 3 miles per hour up. So the change in speed here is 10 miles per hour. It went from 10 miles per hour to 0 miles per hour. The change in speed here is 13 miles per hour. It started at 10 miles per hour, stopped to 0, that's 10, and then 3 more to go up. So because we're going in opposite directions, we've got 13 miles per hour. So notice that this has more acceleration. Finally, as we talked about last semester, and we'll continue to talk about, we know that Newton's second law says that the acceleration is equal to all of the forces divided by the mass. And that means that if the acceleration goes up, the forces go up. So since this has more acceleration, the forces on it, this has more force on the phone. So if we go back to our question that we were originally asked, is it better, safer for a safety device to make an object bounce? No. If it bounces, it has more acceleration because it changes directions. And therefore has more force. More force. So when you try to design your devices, we want to try and find a way to assure that it lands dead and that it doesn't bounce up. Okay, this is our goal. Good. This is